Betts is a bit like Cyril Rioli. It's like saying, yeah, we've got some logical matchups, but easier said than done.
Eddie Betts. It opens up for him. Rolls it home in Eddie style.
You know, if he has a day out, I don't think there's a player in the comp that can stop him completely. So, very respectful of what he can bring.
It is entirely likely that he could end up the centre of attention in a match such as this. So let's head deep inside Crows headquarters, and for the first time on AFL 360, welcome Eddie Betts. Eddie, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Now, we've just been talking about Paddy Dangerfield. Do you think he'll play?
I hope not, but yeah, it's more certainly that he will play. But you know, we'll go out there and hopefully try to get the win.
What's the correspondence been like from former teammates towards him, do you know?
No, not much. We're not really focusing on Danger, to be honest. We're really focusing on the way that we play our brand of footy, and we've been playing some great brand of footy over the past 3 weeks. So, you know, it's up to the midfield group to control that, but, you know, we're just hoping to go out there and play the way we want to play and hopefully get the 4 points in the end.
Eddie, why has it taken us 6 years to get you on our show?
What, have I been asked before?
No, I think we've asked you, mate. I think we've asked you many a time.
Nah, Robbo, if you know me, I'm not really a big fan of media. I don't really like talking to the cameras, but I think I've grown in that space and I'm getting used to it. It's
really interesting, Ed, because people have told me you're such a... Everyone's a proud father, but you're such an involved father that when we come on at 7:30, you're home, you like being with the kids. Is there anything in that?
Yeah, well, you know, I kind of just tend to just switch off. Once footy's done, you know, you know, the reason why I'm playing footy is for my kids. And, you know, once footy's finished during the week, just go home, relax with my kids, and it's daddy time. But when I get home, Louis got the footy, he wants me to kick the footy again. Billy wants to play as well, so it doesn't end.
You're on school holidays at the moment. How much has daddy time taken over your life?
Yeah, it's taken over a lot, but, you know, I'm away training and, you know, obviously went to Darwin on the weekend, so my wife Anna's stuck with the kids, so, I'm travelling away.
I want to talk about you and your form more before we get on to the Crows as a team, Eddie. 41 goals, 4th or 5th in the Coleman medal. Not that you rate yourself about goals kicked, but what about performance from this year, last year, the year before? I think you've gone 60, 60, 60 roundabout, but do you think you're sort of producing better football than last year, more team-oriented? How do you judge it?
Yeah, it's a hard one, you know, because I really, you know, I love kicking goals, don't get me wrong, but, you know, this year I tend to, if I see someone in a better spot, I love to give it off, and, you know, I get more enjoyment out of passing the ball off, and, you know, it's like our forward line, we're a very unselfish forward line and we like to hand goals off, but I think I can still improve this year. I know I can still improve this year, and, yeah, I guess that's the way it's been, and hopefully I can kick a few more.
Have you gone through a flat spot, do you think?
Well, yeah, that's funny, Robert, because I always thought, you know, I'm not playing to my standards, but I guess coming in, the boys want me, all they want me to do is just put the pressure on, do the little things, the tackling, try keeping the ball in our forward half, and, you know, and if we're winning, I'm happy.
Is it hard to live up to... It's almost sort of the highlights reel, and it's the talk about Cyril and how we all love what you do. Is it sometimes hard to live up to that?
Yeah, it is. You know, sometimes when you're in a pocket and you've got the ball and someone's in a better position, you want to go for the goal and you want to kick them, but it's always, you know, you got to play to the percentages and pass them ones off. But yeah, I don't know really, Jared. I've just got to keep playing the way I'm playing, and hopefully if I put the pressure on, chasing, tackling, setting the goals up, and then the goals will come after that.
I spoke to you last year, Ed, about your transition from Victoria, and you're taking your family back home and joining the Crows and doing really, really well. And everyone says it's a great story. But clearly, to finish that great story, would you be going home and being a premiership player with the Crows? Is that just a real desperation for you? Is it something you don't think about because you can't think about it? Where is your life, and how happy are you regardless if you win a premiership?
Well, I'm very happy, Robbo. Life's great on and off the field at the moment. But, you know, as you get older, you always think about those premierships and, you know, we're in a great position to go that journey. But, you know, time will tell. But, you know, it'll be a happy ending to finish off with a premiership.
Are you a Crows player or are you a Blues player?
That's a great question, Robbo. I obviously, you know, Carlton gave me the opportunity to play AFL footy, and you know, playing 9 years at the Carlton Football Club, I'm a life member. I still have some close friends there, and Shane O'Sullivan, who I hold pretty close to me, is a great friend of mine. So, and coming across here, though, don't get me wrong, I grew up breaking for Adelaide Crows. It's probably the best footy I've played in my whole career in the last 4 years. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm an Adelaide Crows player, but, you know, I still love the Blues. I still love the Blues.
We talk about the three players at Carlton, and you must be wrapped with Jeffy Garlett and how he's transitioned to Melbourne and become such a really, really important person. Now, the third one was Chris Sharrod. Are you still in contact with Yaz?
Yes, we are. First off, I'm happy with Jeff, the way that Jeff's going. You know, he's really matured as a person. So, and, you know, hopefully he can continue on his form with Melbourne because they're doing really well. And I am keeping in touch with Yaz. You know, he found it hard. It was very hard, and you know, a lot of people didn't know what Yaz was going through. But you know, he found some help, and he's back in WA living now, and I think he's playing for Swan Districts. So he's in the Swan District reserves, and hopefully he can play a senior game.
So I don't know. I don't know much about his football at the moment. Is it possible, Ed, that he could get another look in at AFL level? Do you know if he wants to get another look in at AFL level?
Yeah, I did. I did speak to Yaz about that, and he spoke about he just wants to get his life right, and he actually spoke about Nathan Cracker, what happened to Nathan Cracker, you know, from Port Adelaide, went up to Gold Coast and then quit the Gold Coast, went back to WA, played footy, and ended up getting redrafted by Port Adelaide. So Yaz spoke about that, and he spoke once he get his life right, he may give it another crack, and I hope he does, because he's probably one of the talented players that I've ever seen play the game once he's up and going. He's so skillful too, so you know, I hope he can get back up and running.
Let's take a look towards Friday night. It's obsessiness on the outsiders. How important is it to Adelaide, given the recent form against Geelong and it being 1 versus 2 so late in the home and away?
It's very important. You know, it's going to be a massive game this week, and it's not just us. If you look at the ladder at the moment, you know, if you lose a couple of games, you end up out of the 8, because I think it's from 8 to about 4th. It's only 1 game away. So, you know, we've just got to continue on our form and keep winning.
Is it an especially big test, given that this is the team that you haven't quite stacked up against?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, they had the wood over us, and I don't think I've beaten Geelong since I moved across here to Adelaide. So, you know, to have them come over here and play at Adelaide Oval, you know, it's going to be a massive game, and, you know, we need to get a good start, get a jump on them, and hopefully we can hold it. I think the last couple of times we played them, we were in it to the last quarter, and then they just ran over us in the last quarter. So we just need to be in it for longer and hopefully come away with the 4 points.
Hey, what did you say to Rory Sloane last weekend? And do you know if he's or not playing on the weekend? But more importantly, how was your conversation with him?
Yeah, it was a weird one, because obviously we wanted him to go off, but I asked him if he was all right, and he said that, where's the pill? I want the pill. And, you know, the doctors, they called for a stretcher, so he needed to go off, and the game wouldn't continue on without him. So we said, get off. Big Texan come over and said, listen, mate, just go off so we can get on with the game. And off he went, and we got on with it.
Is it a scary moment?
He passed every test at the...
Sorry, Ed, is it a scary moment? Is it a scary moment when you're on the field and one of your teammates is in Gaga land? Is it quite a scary moment or not? Yeah, it is. You know, well, I looked over and I just saw him like a starfish, so I didn't know what happened, because I thought he was going to kick the ball, so I was turning around facing the goals, and I looked back and he was knocked out. So I went over to have a look at him, and he, you know, didn't know where he was. So he knew where he was, but he thought he was still on a footy pitch, and he wanted the pill. So
yeah, it was scary. You know, accidents like that you don't want to see.
Is he going to play? Do you know?
Yes. Rory will play. He passed every test there needed to be done, and you know, we've still got one more test tomorrow. So if he gets through, then he'll be fine.
What did you say to Bernie Vince when he ran past you and clipped her in your head with his elbow?
It was funny because I didn't know what happened. All I felt was this little whack across my face, and I was like, "What the heck happened there?" And then I looked over, and Bernie was there. I was like, "Bernie, the hell did you hit me for?" And I said a few swear words. I was like, "What the hell did you effing blah 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 blah? What do you do that for, Bernie?" But I didn't think it deserved 2 weeks though. I guess that he's got a bad record though. So yeah, my jaws. It wasn't until that night when I was eating dinner. Had a bite and my jaw was a bit sore. And I was like, "What happened there?" And then they showed me the what do you call it? The clip on the phone. So I was like, "Oh, so that's what happened. I remember that."
All right. Add to the debate that we've been having during the week. So we marvel at all sorts of different goals, and yours is obviously in one genre. The other genre was what Lance Franklin did and what Jaden Hunt did on the weekend. Those booming long goals, how do you rate those against the trickery and the artistry of what you and say, Cyril produce?
Oh, I would have to say the trickeries. I love doing the trickeries. But to be honest, if I could kick 50 metres, I would love to kick long goals. I can't kick over 40 metres. So if you watch me and I might get 45 out, I'm always trying to look for Brodie Smith or Paul Seaman when he's playing, the run pass to give the hand pass to kick the goals because I can't kick very far. So if I could kick 50, I would probably say the booming goals, but I can't kick that far. So I've got to stay with the trickery.
Righto. You saw buddies?
What do you think? What do you think's harder, the long booms or the ones on the boundaries, the trickeries?
Well, see, it's a great question, Ed, because I think not many players can do what Buddy did on the weekend: kick it 60, drop punt, left to right, and get it and kick the goal. I don't think many players can do that. But your left foot top goal last year or the year before, I've never seen anyone do that either. So I think we're blessed both ways.
Yeah, it is. And that was an amazing goal by Buddy. The way that he got that curling back, it was almost out of bounds on the full. And just to come back and go through was unbelievable. And the one with Jaden that he kicked, that was unbelievable. We was already walking to go set up at the huddle.
You'd need 3 kicks to get that far, Eddie. I want to ask
maybe
you.
4. I
Just want to ask you, what do you think? Your left foot top goal from the boundary line, or Buddy's 65-metre drop punt from the boundary line? Which is harder?
I'll have to say, you got to bring in the picture that it was wet, raining, it was heavy. There was a bit of wind at Adelaide Oval down that pocket, so. I'll have to say Buddy. I love Buddy.
Yeah, come on, Eddie.
We don't believe a word of it. Hey, Eddie, great to have a chat. Let's do it again, and the very best of luck for the rest of the season.
Will do. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Well done, Eddie.
Eddie Betts with us on AFL 360. Outstanding.
Worth the wait.
Yeah,
Worth
absolutely.